Initializing all systems. Please stand by. Urgent message incoming. Transmitting call.
No, please, stop telling me.
End of call. Requesting the assistance of Alex Knightley of Earth, boy genius if I have to say it, and Princess Noah Mamiya is near, Princess Ali, the rightful heir.
Hello everyone, and thank you for being here. My name is Frederik and I'm the producer of Space Team.
And my name is, well done, my name is Arran Topalian, and I'm the storyboard director. I've been looking forward to today for a very, very long time, and I'm very excited to finally get to take you all on a journey through our concept Space Team, which we've been working on for the last 5 months. As you may have noticed, after the round of applause, we're already joined today by a third presenter.
Good morning, everyone.
Who seems to be suffering from a bit of a sore throat. Comet is the AI and spaceship of our two Space Team kids, Ali and Alex, who you've already been briefly introduced to. I'm very happy that she's here with us today, actually, because she does in fact relate directly to what we've been trying to do with Space Team, and what Space Team is in actual fact all about, which is allowing users to really engage with digital media and get involved with it. When I was a wee boy watching my favorite cartoon TV shows, oh, this is meant to be me, by the way. There was a point when I had hair.
Sure.
Yeah, thank you, Comet. I used to dream about being a part of these shows, as I'm sure many other kids did. I used to imagine myself starring in these TV shows quite a lot, actually. And I used to even write stories about how these would play out. And I used to think, how cool would it be if I could actually see these stories come to life in my favorite shows like He-Man or Power Rangers? And that's exactly what I wanted to explore with Space Team. Space Team aims to take cross-media to a new and ambitious level with a much greater emphasis on user engagement. Most kids' cartoon TV shows, indeed most shows in general, they are with their audiences for as long as an episode lasts. And then it's, see you next time, folks. We didn't want that. Most franchises cater to cross-media simply by sharing their characters across devices, and we didn't want that either. What we wanted was Space Team to adhere to a truly authentic cross-media user journey, which incorporates film and game and web to provide not just different access points, but also, more importantly, different experiences into and within our story world, which should be there for its audiences to enjoy through a variety of ways. And although each Space Team product has been designed to stand alone, when used together, they provide more from themselves and give more to the user and create a more enriched and exciting and immersive experience. So what is Space Team? Well, on its surface, Space Team is a space set fairy tale parody. It's between two characters, Alex and Ali, and it's a hybrid of elements from various successful franchises which share its target audience, such as tonality and a childish sense of humor. It revolves around the concept, what if the new girl at school turned out to be a superpowered alien princess? And it focuses on this strong character dynamic between these two main protagonists who frequently sneak out of school to protect a strange distant galaxy, as well as a continuously growing story world, which allows users to contribute and interact with it directly. It's all about adventure. It's all about realizing your dreams. It's about friendship, and it's about freedom of imagination. So obviously today we want to show you what Space Team involves and what we have in mind for it. But we also really want to open up a dialogue with you at some point and invite you into our process. Given that we're looking to push Space Team as a commercial product, any input where further development is concerned would be greatly appreciated. So without further ado, Comet, First Planet, please.
Sure.
Our target audience is primarily both boys and girls aged 7 to 11, typically those into creative pastimes such as writing and reading and drawing. We made this decision based on the references behind and which have inspired Space Team, and our story world, as well as the fact that Space Team provides both a male and a female main character for both genders to get behind and enjoy, who I'd now like to talk about more in a bit more detail. So let's just head over here for a second and do that, and start with our male character, Alex Knightley. He's the character around which Space Team first and foremost revolves, and is, I would say, the primary character of Space Team. He attends, as does Ali before long, Miss Pennington's boarding school for excellence, which, unbeknownst to Earth, of course, just so happens to be the best boarding school in the universe. Before he met Ali, Alex was a bit of a dreamer and spent most of his time with his head in the clouds and his thoughts and imagination of adventure through his favorite comic book, which is also called Space Team, which is all about two very stereotypical, completely over the top, and totally awesome superheroes. We wanted Alex from the get-go to be the entry point for our viewers, the human in a bizarre circumstance who audiences could relate with. Essentially, he's their first entry point and portal into Space Team. So Alex tends to exhibit a combination of excitement, specifically when he has the chance to see and learn and do new things, as well as apprehension. Because in Marmor, Alex is, ironically, what with being the only human around for light years, the alien. So Alex will often find himself facing pretty unusual challenges and situations which don't only put his aspirations to the test, but also showcase his humanity better for our audiences to relate with and to empathize with. We then have our second main character and the driving force of Space Team, Princess Ali. She's the heir to the throne of Marmor, a true-born adventurer, and unlike her Alex character, she's pretty much able to handle most situations that come her way and enjoys doing so. She's expected, as princess of a whole galaxy, to be responsible and considerate, but in actual fact, she is a true-born wild spirit. It was always important for us that both our male and female characters provided an interesting and a strong role model for girls as well as boys. So while Alex is capable of great things and of overcoming his fears, which is a big accomplishment, Ali is pretty much badass from the get-go. And this is driven by a combination of adventurous spirit, natural bravery, and just being born that way. But it's this wild nature which often gets her into trouble. Specifically, when she's responsible for blowing up an entire asteroid field upon finding out that her Aunt Malum has been planning to usurp her parents. But after so many years of bad behavior, it's the classic case of boy, or in this case girl, who cried wolf, and Ali's parents don't believe her. So Ali is sent off to boarding school with a threat that if she's ever caught adventuring again, her title goes to her slightly odd-looking Aunt Malum's 5-year-old son, Henrik. Isn't he lovely? So despite her best intentions, Ali is sent off to Earth, when she uses her shape-shifting powers to assume human form and blend in much better. So after meeting for the first time, Alex develops a bit of a crush on Ali, as some kids will do. Not speaking from personal experience at all. They become the best of friends very quickly after meeting. And it's this boy meets girl relationship and affection in combination with Alex's aspirations of heroism, which help him to engage with the wide variety of strange situations and scenarios that he'll find himself in with her, regardless of how strange they might be. Now, this can include, for example, sharing a particularly gross Marmor meal with her for the first time, to engaging with the wide variety of dangerous creatures and characters which occupy Space Team and the galaxy of Marmor. So whilst Marmor does provide a frequent source of conflict in and of itself for our two Space Team kids, which can be highly varied, it's actually our Aunt Malum character who is the primary source of conflict for them, with her hired henchmen and her evil plots, which are usually pretty ridiculous, always providing a classic bad guy for Alex and Ali to engage with when they sneak out of school each episode and journey back into Marmor without being caught, which, while lighthearted and straightforward, is simple, and it's easy, and it's fun for our target audience to enjoy. So if I've learned anything from the last 5 months, it's that space is pretty big. And galaxies, they're pretty big too. So there's plenty of adventure to be had in Marmor. It's a pretty strange galaxy, located far off in the universe with its own royalty, its own currency, its own cultures, and even slang words. The way that I've often described Marmor to people is it's a bit like Wonderland in space. And those who live there tend to match that description pretty well, for the most part. For example, we have King Simeon, the only monkey in the entire universe with a working knowledge of rocket science, or music-loving gentry penguins, who believe that by playing in harmony, they're contributing to the reproductive cycle of fish. The planets in Marmor are just as peculiar as its occupants. They're much, much smaller than normal planets anywhere else in the universe, and are normally much more closely knit together, and almost always embody a specific theme or characteristic, and are as diverse as you can imagine. Quite literally, actually, as we'll come on to later on. Comet, could you take us on a brief tour of Marmor, please, if you're not too ill?
Trajectory.
Just about. So some examples include the dangerous toxic balloon planet, which is occupied by sociopathic, galactic domination-obsessed squirrels. Or we have Tower Planet, which is full of labyrinths and strange mazes and traps, or even mysterious treasures for our two heroes to find and discover. Or Bridge Planet, which is home to the most delicious fruit in Marmor, assuming you can stomach the hallucinogenic, albeit captivating forestry. So as its setting hopefully suggests, Space Team is all about having fun and making kids who engage with Space Team feel excited to be there and like anything could happen. It's a place where essentially imagination is allowed to run free. So to better showcase the emotional impact we want to make with Space Team, I'd now like to show a very brief video compilation of snippets from alternative franchises currently out there, which not only inspired Space Team and helped shape it, but also share very similar impact-based goals. Thank you.
So as Arran talked about, Space Team is a concept that has a variety of entry points for the user. However, we have a pretty clear imagination of how exactly we would invite new users into the process. We imagine that a kid would sit down and watch Space Team on TV, and after watching Space Team, get an urge to really be a part of it. We provide users with a way to do so. After each episode, the users are given code that can be inputted into the game Space Team Pocket Planets to unlock new content. Space Team Pocket Planets is a tablet and mobile game about participation in the story world. It's a game where users can submit their own content to share it with friends and users around the world. The animation is the anchor of Space Team as a concept. The animation is where new users are invited in and immersed. And it's important for us that the animation are published broadly, either through a publisher that can help us establish collaborations with TV networks in a variety of countries, or otherwise a broadcaster focusing on exclusive content. However, Space Team Pocket Planets also has its own monetization model. Actually, it has two. It combines the free-to-play model of popular games such as Farmville and Heyday, but it also combines it with the booster pack monetization seen in popular card trading games such as Magic the Gathering, Yu-Gi-Oh! Or Pokemon. By buying booster packs, users unlock unique content that can only be unlocked through these booster packs, and this content can then be traded with friends. Due to the vast size of Space Team, we believe that it's easy for us to create collaborations with other established franchises without ever compromising with the integrity of Space Team. Here is an example of how we could create a collaboration with Lego And we find that one of the strengths of Space Team to be the ever-expanding story world. So to walk you through how exactly we're going to go about this. Well, first of all, we want to establish a collaboration with a skilled and experienced animation studio. We want to create a proof of concept, or maybe even a season, that we can show off around the world as festivals and conferences such as Cartoon Forum or MIP. We believe that it's important for us to find collaborations not only on the animation, but also with games and with toys. We have a wild imagination, and we can easily see Space Team expanding throughout a lot of products such as Space Team cereals, Space Team bed sheets, or of course Space Team toys, such as the IQ gun that Alex wields throughout the animation. We also believe that Space Team should not only cross between medias, but also out of the medias. We have been working on a concept called Champions of Marmor, which can best be described as a combination of Skylanders and Disney Infinite gone mobile. This is a way that users can engage with the story world not only in front of their computer or in front of the TV, but actually play against their friends during recess in school or in the back of a car. So, to shortly sum up, what we are looking for now is a skilled animation studio that can help us take Space Team to the next level. Help Space Team, solid concept, very well produced, that can then be sold to broadcasters and or publishers. When the animation is established and have gained an audience, we want to start launching all the interactive features, which is what really makes Space Team shine. I would now like to show you a couple of examples of what have been produced so far on EUCROMA. So first off, let's take a look at the animation.
Why is there an Earth boy on my ship?
An Earth boy?
And he looks familiar too.
I'm Alex. We go.
He's a spy. Dump him.
Whoa! I helped you in math.
That's such a spy thing to say.
Whoa!
Comet! Comet! Comet!
I am trying.
Stop touching that.
Please stop.
Who are you?
I'm Alex. We sit next to each other in class.
Oh, so you're not my evil aunt spy? Oh, hey, Aunt Malum.
So what we saw here was the first time that Ellie and Alex meets. As Arran touched upon, Alex has had a bit of a crush on Ellie, but she was unaware that he at some point during the night snuck on board on Comet. Comet was asleep, and Ellie takes out into outer space without noticing Alex is a blind passenger on board. I'd now like to show you an example of the game that we have produced. I'll walk you through it as we go, but first let's have a look. Pocket Planets is a game about taking care of and creating planets in the galaxy. It's also about taking care of the inhabitants that lives on the planet. The way that the player does this is by placing houses to make the inhabitants happy. It's also important to make sure that the inhabitants have something to eat, and this can be done by placing farms that produce crops. These crops have to be maintained through rain and sun, and generally it's the job of the user to make sure that the inhabitants have what they need. As the game progresses, the user will have the opportunity to earn Stardust, which is the in-game currency. And with this Stardust, user can now buy new content to customize his or her planet. So in this way, the more content that is unlocked, the more possibilities of creating planets are unlocked. We wanted to give the user a reason to return to the game and a reason to return to already completed planets. Here we see a user repairing houses. This is important to do to keep maintaining the happiness of the inhabitants. We also believed that it was important that the user have some more action-based minigames within the games, and what you see here is an incoming asteroid field. When an asteroid field is incoming to a planet, it's the job of the user to make sure that the planet and the inhabitants are kept safe. And this is done by clicking the asteroids that then disperses and becomes Stardust that can be used to unlock more content. The ultimate goal of Space Team Pocket Planets is to get your inhabitants so happy and to get so many of them that they will spawn a new planet core. As we see here, a planet core from the pirate planet is being spawned. And this provides a fully new planet that the user can start exploring. What we want to do is that by the end of each episode of Space Team, new content and new planets are released, which makes the possibilities for new combinations infinite. I'll let a couple of finished planets run so you can see how they could end up looking. The variety of products that Space Team provides comes together on the webpage. The webpage is where everything is combined and where the users can visit all the different aspects of Space Team. This here is a prototype of how it may look. The user go here to not only look at his own things and to buy upgrades for various Space Team products, but also to communicate with other users and to rate other users' planets. There are a variety of badges that can be earned and then you can show to brag off at your friends. One of the most important things of Space Team is the creativity of the user and inviting the user into the process. We want to enhance the opportunity for users to create fan literature, and we want to use that fan literature. We believe that the imagination of a 7-year-old far exceeds our imagination, and that's why we, by the end of each month, take the best stories and the best planets and integrate them into episodes in the next month. Of course, we don't believe that a 7-year-old is capable of writing a full manuscript for an episode, but we do believe that the stories and the characters invented by users with some solid editing can be created into something really magnificent. So to sum up, Space Team is a concept about creativity. It's a concept about user participation, and it's a concept about kids having fun. Before I end today, I would like you to help us thank the real Space Team, the people behind the scenes who have made all of this possible. This is the rest of the Space Team concept team, and it's all those in the production. So please put your hands together for them.
I'd also like to say thank you to Comet, of course, for being here today as well, if she's capable of, if she's still there, that is.
Yeah, I don't think she is.
Is she gone?
Yeah. I think it's the clicker that's gone.
Oh, maybe.
Well, that's all for now. Thank you so much for being here, and thank you for listening.